Okay, question 1. The point C lies on the line AB such that AC is to AB equals to 2 is to 7. Write AC as a fraction of BC. Okay, so we have A, B. C lies on AB such that AC is 2 units, AB is 7 units. So this is CB is 5 units. Write AC as a fraction of BC. So answer 2 out of 4. Okay. Given that AC is 24 cm, calculate the length of BC. So 2 units equals to 24, 5 units equals to 24 divided by 2 times 60 cm. Okay, question 2. Sin x equals to 0.66913. Given that x is an obtuse angle, find x. Right? So this sort of question, okay, question 2 is about obtuse angle formula. Okay, whereby we have sin theta equals to sin 180 minus theta. Usually the part 2 will be about cosine. Cosine theta equals to negative cosine 180 minus theta. Okay, so sin x equals to 0.66913. So sin x equals to 0.66913. X equals to sin inverse. Sorry, okay, sin inverse 0.66913 is equals to 41.999. Okay, so x equals to 41.999 or 138.00. Okay, so answer either 42.0 degree, which we have to reject because it is an obtuse angle. Okay, or 138.0 degree, 1 degree. Okay, the units for angles. Cosine y equals to negative cosine 1 to 1. Okay, given that y is an acute angle, find the value of y. Right, y is an acute angle. Okay, so now negative. Sorry, write down question first. Cosine y equals to negative cosine 121 degree. Okay, so throw it to the other side. Okay, we have cosine 1 to 1 equals to negative cosine y. Right, so cosine 1 to 1 is actually 180 minus 59 equals to negative cosine y. So therefore, y equals to 59 degree based on the cosine formula. Okay, during the game, Lee rolled 2 fair dice, 6-sided dice, right? To obtain the score, he subtracted the lower number from the higher number. If the number was the same, the score was 0. Okay, construct a possibility diagram to show all possible outcomes. Right? Possibility diagram. Right? So possibility diagram is used when we have such a scenario, right? Okay, two multiple outcomes, okay, right? And then we just draw a possibility table. Okay, so to draw a possibility table, right, this is what I'll do. Okay, split it into 2 sections. Okay, this to record that we're going to do a subtraction. Okay, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, same thing down here. Okay, and then we have our possibility table. Since we are taking the difference, okay, so 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6 will end up with a difference of 0. Okay, so here's our start. And then you'll see that it follows a pattern. 2 minus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here will be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so there's a possibility table. Okay, find the probability that least score is 5, right? So we shape all the 5. 5 down here, 5 down here. So there's only 2 5s. So out of 36 outcome, okay, P of 5 is 2 out of 36, or 1 out of 8. Okay, question 4. A shopkeeper bought a pair of shorts for $24. He made a percentage profit of 45%, despite selling it at a discount of 20% off the listed price. Calculate the listed price for this pair of shorts. Okay, so two steps, two things going on down here. He bought a pair of shorts for $24, so this is his cost. Now, if he makes a percentage profit of 45%, so that means we can take this 24 multiplied by 145%. Okay, so 24 times 1.45, I'll get $34.80. So this $34.80 is the price that it was sold at. But the customer that bought this shorts, right, didn't know the cost, right? To him, he just purchased it at a discount of 20% off the listed price. Okay, so that means 80% is equivalent to the $34.80 in the customer's point of view. So the 100% would then be 34.80 divided by 0.8. Oh, okay, so we'll get $43.50. So, okay. Part of the graph of a quadratic function is shown below. The graph passes through the point 1, 15, and it cuts the x-axis at point B and C. Okay, so cuts the x-axis means y equals to 0. Given that C is 60, x equals to 2 is the line of symmetry. Okay, write down the equation of the quadratic graph in the form of y equals to a bracket x minus h squared plus k. Okay, now there can be multiple ways that we can do this question. Okay, so I'm just going to do it one way. Now, over here, x equals to 2 is the line of symmetry. So we can see that x equals to 2 to 6, right? This is 4 units. Now, being the line of symmetry also means that it's the middle. So from the middle point to point B must also be the same distance apart, which is 4 units. So B must be a coordinate of -2 and 0. Okay, now we can form a primary equation, okay, in the factor form. Okay, so the equation of the curve, right, doesn't matter whether it's in the vertex form or whether it's in the factor form. They mean the same thing. So that means if I write it in the factor form, it will be a bracket x plus 2 and x minus 6, because these are the roots of the equation. Okay, so now when x equals to 1, y equals to 15. Okay, now the factor form is also equivalent to the vertex form of y equals to a x minus h squared plus k. Okay, so now we're going to solve for both sides, right? Okay, so I sub it into the factor form. I will have 15 equals to a bracket 1 plus 2, 1 minus 6. Okay, I'll get negative 15a. So 15 equals to negative 15a, then a equals to -1, which makes sense, right? Because this is a set x, so the a has to be negative. Okay, so now we have okay, y equals to negative x plus 2, x minus 6. Now, when x equals to 2, okay, so same thing, we sub it in, we get y equals to negative 2 plus 2 is 4, 2 minus 6 is negative 4. So the result will be 16, which means that when x equals to 2, this point is 2 and 16. Now, having the turning point right now, that means that in my factor form, in my vertex form, is going to be negative x minus 2 squared plus 16. This is the answer. Find the positive values of x when y equals to 4, leaving your answer in exact form. Okay, so exact form, let's see what do we mean. So I sub in, okay, now I know that my equation is y equals to negative x minus 2 squared plus 16. So when y equals to 4, so sub in 4, negative x minus 2 squared plus 16 equals to 4. 16, bring over to the left hand side, I will have, right hand side, sorry, equals to negative 12. Right? So take away the negative from both sides, x minus 2 squared is equals to 12. Take the square roots on both sides, I will have, right, cancel, cancel, right? So x minus 2 equals to plus minus the square root of 12. So x equals to negative 2 brings over 2 plus minus square root of 12. That is my exact answer. Okay, plus minus square root of 12. Question 6. Justin drew this graph to show his mobile data usage for each of the following 4 months. Okay? April, okay, I can see April, 50 gig of usage. Okay, Jan, Feb, March, April. State one aspect of the graph that may be misleading and explain how this may lead to a misinterpretation of the graph. Right? So interpretation of graph, okay, we always look at the axis, right? So over here, right, 2 things. Okay, there's a few aspects that's misleading, right? Number one being that there is no additional values on the y-axis. Okay, now, so it is unclear, right, what is being used to measure the data usage. Okay, so this is explanation, right? Then in math, this is math, so you need to back it up with proof. Okay, so proof, I usually like to use the smallest data versus the biggest data. Smallest being January, biggest being April. Okay, so I'll say something, right? Okay, April appears to be, okay, twice the height. Okay, now you do a visual comparison. Okay, it appears to be twice the height of January, but 9 times the area. Okay, and so therefore, right, this leads to a misinterpretation, right? Because we don't know what we are comparing now here. Okay. Okay, question 7. Okay, in this expression, half x squared to the power of 3 divided by 4 cube root of x5, giving your answer in the form of ax power n, where a and n are rational numbers. Okay, so over here, right, let's write down the question first. Half x squared cube divides 4 cube root of x5. Okay, so the cube belongs to the bracket, so everything inside the cube has to be cube, right? So the half subtracted to a cube, you can key into calculator. Half cube will be 1 out of 8. X squared, however, x squared being cube, the 3 goes into the 2, 2 times 3, so x to the power of 6 divided by 4. Okay, so for nothing much, cube root of x5, I can change that, okay, because of the rule, right? Am root of n can be changed into am over n. Okay, so then we'll have x5 over 3. Okay, so now let the numbers deal with the numbers. 1, 8 is a number, 4 is a number. Key calculator, 1, 8 divided by 4. Okay, so we'll have 1 out of 32. Let the x deal with the x. x6 divided by x5 over 3, this is indices dealing with indices, so it's x minus, 6 minus 5 out of 3. So 6 minus out of 3, that would be 13 out of 3, and so we get 1 out of 32, x to the power of 13 out of 3, and that is my final answer. Okay, next question, question 8. Okay. Express 13824 as a product of its prime factors. Product of its prime factor, prime factorizing. So 13824, now this is basically calculator work. Okay, so just keep on dividing until you reach 1. So 13284, 824, divided by 2, 6912, divided by 2, 3456, okay, divided by 2, 1728, divided by 2, 864, divided by 2, 432, okay, divided by 2, 216, divided by 2, 108, okay, continuing, 108, divided by 2, we get 54, divided by 2, we get 27, divided by 3, 9, 3, 3, 3, 1. Okay, so we made up of, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So 13824 is equals to 2 to the power of 9 times 3 to the power of 3. Now explain why 13824 is a perfect cube, okay? Since, right, okay, the index, okay, of 13284, 824, okay, is equals to 2 power 9 times 3 power 3. Okay, sorry, let me write that. 13284 equals to 29 times 3 to the power 3. Since the index are all multiples of 3, therefore it is a perfect cube. Okay, next, C. Given that A is a prime number, find the value of A such that 1 over 8 to the power of A times 13824 is a perfect square. Okay, so 1 over 8 power A, so 8, sorry, not 8 power 8 times A, multiplies by 13824. Now, in my eyes, 13824 is 2 power 9 times 3 power 3. Okay, like this. Now, what is 8? Okay, we can change the 8 into 2 power 3. All right, so now when we have a fraction multiplying like this, the 2 power 9 will interact with the 2 power 3, right? They cancel each other out, giving me 2 power 6. Now, and then a perfect square, right? It means that the powers can divide by 2. So in this case, right, if I cover up the left hand side, okay, 2 power 6 times 3 cube is not a perfect square, because the 3 cube is not, the cube cannot divide by 2. Okay, so that means that A needs to take away. Since A is a prime number, the number that I need to take away is 3. So therefore, by conclusion, we can see that A must be equals to 3. Okay, next question, question 9. In the diagram, ABCD is a rectangle. Okay, E and F are points on AD and BC respectively. The ratio of the triangle ABF, okay, ABF, okay, to the area of rectangle is 1:9. Okay, now the ratio of triangle AFE is this triangle, okay, to the whole rectangle is 1:6. Okay, now explain with clear workings if the following are true or false. The ratio of the area of ABF to AFE is 2:3. Okay, so let's look at statement A, right? A. Okay, ABF, okay, ABF is to rectangle is 1:9. AFE to rectangle is 1:6. Okay, now rectangle is still the same rectangle, so rectangle must have the same units. So 2:18 must be equals to 3:18. Therefore, ABF to AFE is 2:3. So this statement A is true. Okay, let's look at B. Okay, B, what's B? Okay, the ratio of triangle DFC to that of rectangle is 2:5. Okay, DFC is over here, this triangle. Okay, now since we know that AFE to rectangle is 1:6, so half the rectangle will be half rectangle. Okay, half a rectangle is 3 units. So therefore, it means that AFE is equivalent to 3 units. Okay. Now, and if AEF is 1 unit, so that means EFD, right? EFD will be worth 2 units. Okay, so this part is correct. Okay, for the 2 units part. Okay, but EFD to the rectangle. Okay, however, EFD is to rectangle would then be 2:. Sorry, half the rectangle is supposed to be 9, right? Because I changed the ratio. Okay, this one cannot use. Okay, half the rectangle is 9. So AFD is 9 units. Okay, and EFD is equals to, sorry, AFE is 3. So that means EFD is 6. Okay, 6 units. Oh, so EFD to rectangle is 6:3. Right? 6:18. So 1:3. Therefore, B is false. Okay. The sum of ABF and DFC is equal to the sum of AFE and EFD. Okay, the one is correct, because AFD is half the rectangle, the ABF must and BCF must be the other half. Okay, so statement 3. Okay, C is true. As triangle AFD is equals to half times AD times AB, okay, which is length and breadth, okay, which is equals to half rectangle. Therefore, triangle, the other side, ABF plus FCD, ABF plus triangle DCF, okay, must be the other half. Okay. Okay. Question 10. The ratio of soccer ball and volleyball in a sport shot was 11:7. After 126 soccer balls were added, 3 volleyballs were sold. The ratio became 14:3. How many volleyballs were there in the shot at first? Okay. So this one, pretty simple. It's just simultaneous, right? Okay. Soccer is to volleyball. Started with 11 and 7. Okay. Now, add 126 minus 233. Ratio become 14 and 3. So let's call this first portion as x, second portion as y. So 11x plus 126 equals to 14y. 7x minus 233 equals to 3y. Okay, so now what we can do down here, let's make the y the same, right? 14 and 3 just cross multiply them. So this whole thing I'm going to multiply by 3. This whole thing I'm going to multiply by 14. So I'll get 33x plus 378 equals to 98x minus 233 times 14, 3262. Okay, so bring over, so we'll have negative 65x equals to negative 3262 minus 378, 364. So x equals to 56. Okay, how many volleyballs were there? 7x. Okay, 390. Simple. Okay, another one. Explain why, right? 5n plus 2 squared minus 5n minus 2 squared is a multiple of 8 for all integer value. Since it's a multiple of 8, how do I prove? I need to show that it has it, okay? Has a factor of 8. Okay, that's all. Okay, now let's take a look at this. Okay, 5n plus 2 squared minus 5n minus 2 squared. So you can expand both sides, right? That will be okay. Okay, but I have a better way of doing it. Okay, maybe it's better, maybe it's not, I don't know, right? So I'm looking at this as though this is a squared and this is b squared. So it's actually a squared minus b squared situation. Okay, so I know that 5n plus 2 squared minus 5n minus 2 squared can then be written as 5n plus 2 plus 5n minus 2. Okay, and the other side, a squared, a plus b, a minus b, right? So 5n plus 2 minus 5n minus 2. Right, like this. So we'll have 5n plus 5n, that's 10n. 2 minus 2 is gone. Okay, then the other side, 5n minus 5n, no more 5n. 2 minus negative 2, so that is 4. Okay, so we'll get 40n, which then you can see that it has a factor of 8 bracket 5n. Okay, so then we can say since it has a factor of 8, therefore, right, it must be a multiple of 8. Okay, question 12. Okay, factorize the following completely. Now this is a 4 terms, so that means we are going to do grouping. 45b minus 18ab, common factors 9 and b. So 9b bracket 5 minus 2a. Okay, 2a squared plus 5a. So I need to get 5a in 5 in front. So I factorize out positive a so that I can have 5 minus 2a at the back. Okay, so I switch the position as well. Okay, so now grouping 9b plus a bracket 5 minus 2a. Answer. Okay, question B. Now, question B looks a little bit difficult, all right? Now, but the thing is, the key idea of it, right, is that, okay, we this is 3 terms. So when it comes to 3 terms, okay, we'll do cross factorization. But cross factorizations, we are used to nice numbers. Okay, so what I can do down here is I factorize out the smallest fraction, which is 1 out of 6. Okay, so I take out 1 out of 6 from everything. Okay? So you can use a calculator, right? And you take the coefficients. Okay, the first one you take 2 divided by 1 out of 6. Okay, so you get 12p squared. Then you take 2 thirds, same thing, you divide by 1 out of 6. So you get 4p minus 1. Okay, so if you look at it in such a way, then the question becomes much simpler. Okay, because this is then something that we know how to factorize. Okay, we are used to factorizing. Okay, so you can create your cross factorization table. Okay, so 12p. Okay, you want to get, oh sorry, you want to get negative 4. Okay, so this is 1. So this is either 1 or negative 1 and negative 1. So there's only one outcome. So that means you need to change the 12. Okay, so change the 12 to get 4, that will be 6 and 2, right? So 6p, 2p. Now whether, okay, since it's negative, so that means, right, this one should be, yeah, this one should be negative, right? So we have 2p and negative 6p, so we get negative 4p. Okay, so that means the factorization would be 6p plus 1, 2p minus 1. Answer. Okay, next question. Simplify x squared minus 9y squared over 3x squared plus 7xy minus 6y squared. Okay, this one very straightforward. Okay, so top is 2 terms, so that will be x plus 3y, x minus 3y over 3x squared plus 7xy minus 6y squared. Now we know for sure, right, that this one also can break down into bracket, and it probably will have something to do with x and 3y, right, at one side. Okay, so x and 3y, whether it's plus or not, I'm not so sure. But the other side, okay, will be what? Will be 3x and 2y. Okay, so now let's make a comparison. Okay, so we have a total of 9xy, so we need this to be positive. Okay, then this will be negative. Okay, so then 3x plus 3y cancels off, so we'll get x minus 3y against 3x minus 2y. That's it. Okay, next. Question 14. The sets P and Q consist of the point whose coordinates x and y are given by P equals to xy, okay, such that y is equals to 2x plus 3. So the set P is the equation y equals to 2x plus 3. Basically, that's it. And Q has the set as the elements 0, 0, 0, 3, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 9. List the elements in P intersect Q. Okay, so this one is a little bit of mental, okay, that you need to keep subbing in. Now, definitely Q doesn't have, P doesn't have 0, 0, because you sub in 0, 0, 2 times 0 plus 3 is 3. Okay, so this one is inside it. Okay, 2 times 1 plus 3 is 5, right? So this is also inside it. 2 times 2 plus 3 is 7, so this is not inside. 2 times 3, 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, so this is inside. So the elements in P intersect Q will have, okay, 1, 5, sorry, 0, 3 first, 0, 3, 1, 5, and 3, 9. Okay. Shape the region which represents P complement union Q complement. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I like to do this. P is 2, 3, P com is 1, 4. Okay, Q is 3, 4, Q com is 1, 2. Now, P com in union Q. P com is 1, 4, union Q is 3, 4. So that means 1, 3, 4, right? Okay, P com union Q itself is 1, 3, 4. Then you take the whole thing, complement again. So 1, 3, 4 complement, the answer is just 2. So that means shape 2. Answer. Okay, question 15. The distance between mk7 and 9 and n9k is square root 20 units. Given that k is more than 10, find the value of k. Okay, easy. Okay, so this one is just equation of line, right? So line mn. Okay, use the distance formula equals to square root k minus 7 squared plus 9 minus k squared. Okay, and that must be equals to square root 20. Okay, expand now, we'll have k squared minus, sorry, take the whole thing, square, right? So that we don't need to do the square root. And we can get rid of the square roots down here. Okay, so now expand k minus 7 to k minus 14k plus 49 plus 81 minus 18k plus k squared equals to 20. Okay, okay. Okay, so we have 2k squared minus 32k plus 90, 130, 110 equals to 0. Okay, all of them are multiples of 2, so I can divide by 2. Okay, so dividing by 2, I will get k squared minus 16k plus 55 equals to 0. This is very good, okay, because I can factorize it normally. Okay, this is easy, right? Because kk is just 1 and 1 each, so it's k on each side. Okay, now 55, okay, the two ways to flip it, 1 and 55, 5 and 11. Okay, so to get 16, it will be 5 and 11, right? So that's pretty straightforward. Minus 5, minus 11. So therefore, k equals to 5 or k equals to 11. But k is greater than 10, so therefore k equals to 5 is rejected. K equals to 11. Okay, let's look at this question. Mr. Tan took 4 hours to travel from town A to town B. Mr. Lim took 8 hours to travel in the opposite direction. Okay, from town B to town A using the same route. They both started at 11 a.m. What time did they pass each other? Okay, so now let's take the distance of town A and B to be one whole distance, right? One distance, right? B. Okay? Now, if Mr. Tan takes 4 hours to travel one distance, that means in 1 hour, okay, Mr. Tan will travel 1/4 of the distance. Okay, while Mr. Lim, since they travel at the same time, right? Mr. Lim will travel 1 hour, he will travel 1/8 of the distance. So that means in 1 hour time, right? This guy will close up 1/4 of the distance. This guy will close up 1/8 of the distance. Okay, 1/8 of the distance. Okay, now the whole distance is only one whole distance, right? Okay, so in 1 hour, okay, if both of them were to travel together at the same time, in that same 1 hour, they will complete 1/4 plus 1/8, which is 3/8 of the distance. Okay, 3/8 of the distance. Now change the rate around. 3/8 of the distance took them 1 hour. Okay, so the distance will then be 1 divided by 3/8, which is 8 out of 3 hours. Okay, so 8 out of 3 hours is 2 hours and 40 minutes. So since they started at 11 a.m., what time will they meet? Okay, just on the timeline, 11 to 2 hours, that is 1. Okay, then 1 p.m., right? Then plus another 40 minutes. Okay, so 1:40 p.m. Okay, next. Sam and Wilson can paint a house in 6 days. They painted the house together for 5 days, and then Sam completed the painting of the remaining house alone in 3 days. How many days will it take for Wilson to paint the entire house by himself? Okay, so this is very similar, right, to the one above, the question above as well. Okay, Sam and Wilson can paint a house together in 6 days. So that means Sam plus Wilson, okay, in 6 days, they can paint one house. So that means in one day, okay, they will paint 1/6 of the house. Now, they painted the house together for 5 days. Correct. So they have completed 5/6 of the house. They were left with the last day, which is 1/6 of the house. Okay. And then Wilson said, hey, Sam, you do it yourself. Okay. So Sam completed 1/6 of the house in 3 days. Okay. So that means in one day, okay, Sam can only complete 1/18 of the house. Okay. Now, remember that Sam and Wilson, okay, one day they can complete 1/6 of the house, but Sam alone is only 1/18 of the house. So 1/6 minus 1/18 is equals to 1/9. Okay. So that means Wilson will take 1/9. Right, one day he will paint 1/9 of the house. So how long will Wilson take to paint the house by himself? Right, so Wilson will take 9 days. Right, so one day will paint 1/9 of the house. So one house will take him 9 days. 9 days. Okay.
The community frequency curve below illustrates the wait time of 240 customers who visited a bank. Okay, use the graph to estimate the 60th percentile. So 60% of 240 is 144, right? So 60% times 240 equals to 144. So this is 10 box, so each box is 4. Okay, 120, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 140, 144. 144 is over here. Okay, so 60 percentile has a score of 60. This is 10 box, each box is 2. Okay, so 60, 62, 4, 60, 10, 2, 4, 6, this is 76. Okay, right, so 60 percentile is 76 minutes. Okay, interquartile range of the wait time. Interquartile is UQ minus OQ, right? Upper quartile minus lower quartile. 240 customers, so 75% times 240 is 180. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. Okay, this is upper quartile. Okay, value is 84. Okay, lower quartile would be 60, so 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50, 52, 54. Right, so this is 54. Okay, so 84 minus 54, 30 minutes. Okay. Only 10% of the customer complain about the long wait time. Okay, what was the minimum wait time for these customers? Okay, so only the top 10%, right? Okay, so that means the top 24. Okay, 10% of 240 is 24. Okay, but the 24 needs to count backwards. So 240 minus 24 is 216. Okay, so we come back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, right, minimum wait time is 100 minutes. Okay. Two customers are chosen at random. Find the probability that one customer waited for less than or equals to 60 minutes, the other waited for more than 100 minutes. Okay, so more than 100 minutes, we know this data already, right? Okay, 120 minutes and more is 24. Less than or equals to 60, let's find that. Okay, so less than or equals to 60 is, let's use this, right? Okay, 60 minutes and less. Okay, that is 76. Okay, so over here, less than or equals to 76. Let's say 50 is 76. So find the probability that two customers were chosen random, right? So P bracket, okay, one is more than 60 and the other, sorry, one is less than or equals to 60, the other is more than or equals to 100. Okay, right, more than 100. So now over here, okay, it can be in two different orders. So that means we can have 76 over 240 multiplied by 24 over 239. But the other order also can happen first. Okay, so since there's another order, the other order will be 24 over 240 multiplied by 76 over 239. Okay, or we can just times 2. Okay, so the answer would be 76 over 111.
Okay, next. In the diagram, triangle ABC is congruent to P and A. Right? A, B, C. P and A. Okay? So I can label so I can see the positioning. Given that BC equals to 22, okay? So BC is 23. So that means there is also 22. Okay? AP equals to 32. Okay? So 1, 3 is also 32. So there's 32. Okay? And then we have angle 3 is 91 degree. So here is 91 degree. Okay? Calculate the length of BN. Let's see, BN. Okay, so BN would just be BA minus 22, right? Okay, so the idea first, right? BN equals to BA minus 22. So how to find BA? We can use cosine rule. Of course, we have two sides and an included angle. Okay, so BA equals to square root, okay, 32 squared plus 22 squared minus 2, 32, 22 cosine 91 degree. Okay, so that will give us 39.148 cm. Okay, then BN will be equals to 39.148 minus 22. Okay, so we'll get 17.148, which rounds off to 17.1 cm. Okay, find angle APN. Okay, so we find this angle. Okay, since we already know that this is 17.148, so we can use sine rule. Right? Okay. Sine angle APN corresponds to, okay, APN is looking at 22. So over 22 equals to sine 91 against 17.41. Sorry, not 17.41, sorry, it's supposed to be 39. 39.148. Okay, okay. 31, 39.140. Okay, so angle APN will be sine inverse 22 sine 91 against 39.140. Okay, so we get 34.186 degree, which draws to 34.21 p. Right? Okay. Question 20. The mean of 10 different numbers is 11.8. Write down a number which will generate a mean of 12 when added to these 10 numbers. Okay, so pretty straightforward. Okay, 12 times 11, because I want a mean of 12 with 11 numbers, minus the current total of 11.8 of 10 numbers. Okay, so that will be 14. Okay. B. Each value within the 10 numbers is adjusted as below. Okay, as follows, right? If the number is less than the mean, the number is decreased by 2. Okay. If the number is greater than the mean, the number is increased by 2. And if the number is equal to the mean, it remains unchanged. Okay. Explain how clearly how these adjustments will affect the standard deviation. Okay. Now, although it looks like, right, if I minus 2 from one side and plus 2 to the other side, okay, it looks like nothing. If it's equals to the mean, then nothing happens. Okay. It feels like nothing changes. Okay. But what does standard deviation measures? Okay. So to understand standard deviation, you understand that standard deviation is a measurement of how far you are from the mean. Okay. So now you can see that the lower numbers is getting further from the mean. The larger number is also getting further away from the mean. So both sides are getting away further. So that will be, right, these adjustments will make the standard deviation to be wider. Okay. Reasoning as standard deviation is a measurement of how far we are from the mean. Okay. Okay. Agency sell cruise package to Vietnam, Maldives, and Taiwan at 1299, 1398, 2538. Okay. Table shows the number of customers who have signed up, okay, from January to June, from July to December. Okay. This number can be represented by matrix P. The elements of matrix C, where C equals to AP, represents the total earnings for each period. Write down the matrix A. So A is equals to the pricing. So 1299, 1398, and 2538. Okay. Hence, by using multiplication, matrix multiplication, determine the total earnings C. So C equals to 1299, 1398, and 2538. Multiplies into P, which is 27, 23, 19, 24, 29, 22. Okay, so matrix multiplication, okay, row times column. Oh, so 1299 times 27, 1398 times 23, 258 times 19. Okay, so on and so forth, we'll get 115, 449, and the other one would be 127, 554. Okay, okay, so that's the answer. Okay, given n equals to CR, where R equals to 1, find the matrix M. So C is 115, 115, 449, 127, 554. Multiplied by 11. Okay, so this will total up everything. So we'll get 243003. Okay, so n equals to 243003. Describe what is represented by the elements of m. Okay, m totals up everything. So it represents the total earnings for both periods. Okay, focus on. Okay, let's take a look. PQ and R are 3 points on level ground, such that RPQ forms a right angle triangle, with PQ and RQ measuring 135 and 205 respectively. Given that the building of height 50 meters is situated at P and the bearing of Q from P is 119. Calculate the bearing of R from Q. Right? So from Q moves to R. Right? So that means we are moving through this angle. So we don't want this angle, we don't want this angle. So let's find out what are these two angles. Right? So firstly, interior angles. Oh, so let's call this north 1, north 2. Okay, so you can say that the angle in PQ north 2, PQ north 2 is equals to 180 minus 119, okay, which is equals to 61 interior angles. Okay, then the other one, right, angle PQR, there we can say that tangent, no, angle O cosine, right, cosine angle PQR equals to 135 over 205. Okay, so angle PQR is equals to cosine inverse 135 over 205. Okay, 48.8. So this is 48.8. Okay, so that means the bearing would be bearings equals to 360 minus 61 minus 48.8 equals to 250.2. 1 centimeters. Okay. Calculate the largest possible angle of depression, okay, from the top of building to any point on the path RQ. Okay, along RQ. So along RQ, we want to find the greatest angle of depression, means towards the shortest distance over here, right? Like something like this. Oh, so let X be the point on RQ such that PX is the shortest distance. Okay, so okay, knowing that this angle is 48.8, okay, we can find out what is the shortest distance. So sine, right? Sine 48.8, okay, is equals to px over 135. Okay, so Px equals to 101.57. Okay, right. And then we have greatest angle of depression, so tangent alpha equals to 50 over 101.57. So alpha equals to 26.2. Okay. Now, maybe add one more statement down here. Let alpha be the angle of depression. Okay, for clear presentation. Okay. Jefferson and Victor were sent by their company to work in Washington, D.C. and Beijing, respectively. Okay, Jefferson rented a 696 square feet apartment in Washington, D.C. for $1,800 USD, while Victor rented a 60-meter square apartment in Beijing for 8,000 CNY. Okay, given that the exchange rates for both cities, 1 USD equals to 7.25 CNY, and that 1 meter square is 10.7639 square feet, illustrate with clear working which apartment has a higher cost rental. Okay, so let's see, right? So we convert everything to one to be of the same unit first. Okay, so Jefferson, okay, let's go Jefferson first. 696 square feet for 1,800 USD. Okay, so 696 square feet, okay, for 1,800 USD. Okay, so let's convert that first, right? 1 meter square is 10.7639 square feet. So let's change the square feet away into meter square. Okay, so that means I need to divide by that amount. So 67, okay, so 696, I'm going to divide by 10.7639. Okay, so 696 divided by 10.7639, I'll get 64.660 square meter. Okay, now at the same time, I'm going to convert 1,800 USD, okay, because 1 USD is 7.25 CNY, right? So I take 1,008 multiplies by 7.25, okay, so that will be 13,050 CNY. Okay, now, and then the other guy, right? I don't need to change anything already because Victor would then be 60 square meter for 8,000 CNY. So it's very obvious which guy is more expensive already, right? Because once you make a comparison like this, okay, let's shift this up here as well. Okay, so then we can see that for each square meter, right? So 1 square meter, it will cost Jefferson 13050 divided by 64.66, okay, 201.82. Okay, whereas for Victor, 1 square meter is equals to 8,000 divided by 60, which is 133. Okay. Okay, which apartment has a higher rental cost? Okay, Jefferson's apartment. Jefferson's apartment has a higher rental cost. Okay. Okay. Question 24. In the grid, OA equals to vector A. Okay, OA is equals to vector A. OB equals to vector B. Alright, and Q is a point on grid. Mark and label P such that OP is equals to negative B minus 2A. Okay, so now what is A? Okay, so if you look at A is actually equals to negative 1, negative 2. Okay, and the vector B is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4, and 2. Alright, so negative B minus 2A, okay, is equals to OP equals to negative B, so that means 4, negative 2, minus 2A. So 2A is negative 2, negative 4. Okay, so we'll have 6 and 2. Alright, so that means we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. P will be down here, OP. Right, let me use this one. Okay. Okay. Express OQ in the form of MA plus MB, where M and N are real numbers. Oh, it's in wrong position. This one should be down here. Okay. Now, OQ, right? What is OQ? OQ ends up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 7 and negative 1, right? So OQ is equals to 7 and negative 1. Okay. So OQ is MA, so M of A, which is negative 1, negative 2, plus N of B, negative 4 and 2, ends up at 7, negative 1, right? So simultaneous equation. Oh, so we have negative M minus 4N equals to 7, and negative 2N plus 2N equals to negative 1. Okay, so we can double up. Okay, shift some space. Okay, so we can have negative 2M minus 8N equals to 14. Okay, and then I take the subtraction. Okay, so negative 2n minus negative 2n cancels off. 2n minus negative 2n, so that's 10n. Negative 1 minus 14, negative 15. N equals to negative 1.5. Okay, so negative 2n minus 3 equal minus 1. So negative 2n equals to 2, n equal negative 1. Okay, so OQ equals to negative A, negative 3 over 2 B. Okay, answer. Okay. Given that OC equals to 6x and OC is given that OC equals to 6x and OC is parallel to AB, find the value of x. Okay, what's AB? Okay, so A to B, right, is 1, 2, 3. So AB equals to negative 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, right, negative 3, 4. Okay, so AB is negative 3, 4. Okay, so OC is parallel to AB, right? So okay, 6x equals to K, negative 3 and 4. Okay, so x, okay, negative 3K equals to 6, K equals negative 2, x equals negative. Okay, question 25. admin deposited $80 each into Bank A and Bank B. Bank A, simple interest 4% per annum. Bank B, interest rate of 2% per half year, compounded every 6 months. Okay, the difference at the end of 7 years is 513. Find P. Correct your answer to the nearest 100. Okay, so now, right, okay, so let's look at A and B. Okay, so Bank A, we have a simple interest. So simple interest equals to P times 4 times 7 over 100. Okay, so we get 0.28P. Oh, that's all. Okay, now let's look at Bank B. Compounded amount is equals to P bracket 1 plus 2% per half year, so we get 2%, okay, compounded to the power of 14. Okay, so that will give me 1 plus 2 over 100 to the power of 14. Okay, I'll get 1.31947. Okay, so but the thing is, right, this is compounded amount, so I need to minus 1. So 1.31947, I minus 1 equals to 0.31947 P. Okay, so the difference in the amount is $513. So meaning 0.31947 P minus 0.28 P is equals to 513. Okay, so minus, okay, so it will be 0.03947 P equals to 513. So 513 divided, okay, P equals to 12994. Correct to the nearest 100. So that will be 13000, $13,000.